guys, hello viewers, you're welcome to my YouTube channel again. My name is Joy Falomo and wow, it's been a long time coming. Okay guys, I didn't plan to stay this long away from YouTube. I know I posted my first video in June. I posted my first video in June and I stated I was going to be posting every 2 weeks. But the reality of the whole issue is um as at the time I posted that video, I put to birth the week before I posted that video. So I was literally like a week. That was literally a week after I put to bed. Exactly a week and some days. Yeah. So I had the luxury of time, and I felt that I was going to be able to put out. I was going to be able to put out videos as stated. But then a whole lot of things happen, and that's what I'm going to be talking about in this video. So if you are coming here for the first time, please do well to um, click on the subscribe button, subscribe to my YouTube channel. You're going to be finding amazing content on this channel, and do well to like, share, and also drop comments in the comment section below, and I'll be replying them as soon as I see them. So guys, let's get right into the video. So as the topic goes by, or as the caption goes by, um, I'm going to be talking about what I had to deal with at my during my postpartum stage. You know, postpartum. Yeah. So basically, um, in this part of the world, I'll say that there are certain things people don't talk about because they kind of feel it's not realistic, or probably should I say they feel there's no definition for it. So at that um, there's no need for it to be spoken about. And one of it is postpartum phase. Postpartum phase is really a big deal because it's not just a phase, it's an integration from one point, from one part to another, and it's 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 a very big one, and for me it came as a tough one. So basically, after I put to bed, um, something happened. Okay, in the hospital. I think that's where the whole thing started. I had I was yet to recover well, and then my baby, the pediatrician came to um, check my baby one day, and he said that he had some what's it called, jaundice. He had jaundice, and then they were always checking on him and stuff like that. So something happened. It happened that the next day, the pediatrician told my younger sister to bring the baby to his office for him to examine the baby and uh, you know check very well, because that day he just checked casually, and he said that. So he told my younger sister to bring the baby because I had not recovered well to his office so he can examine the baby very well. So my sister took the baby there, and then at some point they were taking very long, and then I went to check on them. So it happened that the pediatrician had already left to the office, and my sister was just the only one with the baby. So at some point she noticed my baby my baby did his eye in some kind of way, and then she was like, Joy, oh Jesus, and she was like panicking and stuff like that. So it thing got to me, and I panicked so much, and it affected my health. So that was the first phase. I discovered at that moment, after that moment, that my body was no longer the same as it used to be, because previously, even if I panic like that, I won't feel the way I felt that day. I felt very different. I felt like something was not just alright with me. Yeah, so fast forward when we got home and everything, it happened that my baby used to cry all the time. Cry. We cry in the morning, we cry in the afternoon, cry in the evening. We're literally keeping starry night, like staying all through the night, awake. We're taking shifts. Okay, I forgot to mention that I had to move back to my parents' house after I delivered. so they could take care of me, so my mom could take care of me and do all the motherly duties and stuff for me. So I was at my parents, and literally because of the way my baby is, my baby cries a lot. It was always disturbing, always crying, and we ended up taking shifts, taking care of him at night, and it took a toll on me. Like guys, I was tired, I was exhausted, I was ah, I was so tired. Like I couldn't think of anything. I couldn't even concentrate on anything. Like I was like, God, what is all this? Like it was draining emotionally. It drained me physically. It drained me emotionally. It drained me in every way possible. I couldn't pray. I couldn't relax. I couldn't think. Now it began to dawn on me why people would usually tell women to actually pray during the pregnancy phase, because the time will come when you might want to even pray, but you may not have the luxury of time, or you may not have the maximum concentration you might actually require to pray the way you would usually pray. So that was it for me. So I I was so tired because I'd spend the night literally being awake, breastfeeding the baby. My baby used to eat. I used to hear that babies eat every 2 hours. Okay, since we were on exclusive breastfeeding, my baby was eating like every hour. So I will imagine being awake all through the night, all through the day, and all through the night, literally breastfeeding, breastfeeding, breastfeeding. At a point, I was like, I can't do this breastfeeding, exclusive breastfeeding anymore. I spoke with my husband. My husband said that was not the agreement we had, that we have to stick with exclusive. This is our first baby. We agreed on it before I put to bed, and that's what we're going to stick with. So I became frustrated at that point, and it left me and my husband having issues, you know, having misunderstandings just around this main issue of breastfeeding. So basically, I was dealing with um, the panic attack I had. I was dealing with fatigue. I was tired, like I was really, and I was restless. And then I discovered that I wasn't even coordinating again. Like, guys, I was just like living. I was just existing. I wasn't living. It was a tough phase for me, and one day I went to my mom to see a doctor, and his wife saw me and she was talking to me. My baby was crying at that point in time, and I was like, oh, I was trying to hush him up. I carried him, and then she was observing me, and she was like, this boy is hungry, why don't you breastfeed him? And I was like, ah, yeah, I just breastfeed him. And then she said, you're doing exclusive breastfeeding, you have to breastfeed him anytime, anytime, because he might be hungry. It can't talk for himself, it can't say exactly how he's feeling, so you have to be willing to breastfeed him as often as possible. And I was like, okay, I will do that when I get back into the car. She was like, why don't you do it right now? And I was like, I will do it when I get to the car. So I think she understood at that point that I was having some kind of um, self body issues, and she was like, you need to understand that you are now a mother, and that you have someone dependent on you, and you should be ready at any point in time to satisfy his needs. And that's basically me breastfeeding my baby whenever he is restless. Okay, I have to breastfeed him. I shouldn't be conscious of my environment, because if I want to be conscious about my environment, I'll end up starving my child, just because I'm trying to be conscious of my environment. So guys, I had to like breastfeed him then and there, and she told me that I should make sure I devote my time to breastfeeding, and I should rest. But I actually got to talk to her, and she told me I needed to rest, because you can't be doing exclusive breastfeeding, you are not resting well, and you are breastfeeding, like you literally want to kill yourself. So she spoke with me, and I said, okay, I heard her. So basically, I now went online, I did my research, I read articles about it. I read, you know, posts about it, and I discovered that postpartum phase is actually a tough phase, and it requires a lot of mental alertness as well as mental rest to be able to go through that phase. And so I started resting a lot. Like previously, when my baby was sleeping, because I barely had time to keep him and make him stay on his own. So previously, when my baby is sleeping, I'll just use the time to run around and do the things I need to do. But I discovered that it wasn't working for me, and it did not give me the chance to rest as much as I should have rested in order to cater for his feeding needs and all of that. So I started to adjust myself. Whenever my baby is sleeping, I'll just go around, do the things I need to do, and come back and relax. And guys, it worked for me. Like I was resting when my baby was resting, when my baby is breastfeeding, and playing with him and bonding with him. It made me relax. Like I started to bond with my baby. Um, my baby started putting on weight. He started looking healthy. He started growing well, and you know, it wasn't all of a sudden easy, but it was a process, and I was patient with that process. And so, if you are probably a first time mother and you really don't have people around you to educate you on certain things, I think the internet is like one of the best places to learn things from, because people are very open with their opinions, people are very open with their research on the internet, so you are free to go and read multiple of articles, compare, contrast, and pick out what suits your personality, what suits your time, and whatever that concerns you. So basically, that was what I was able to do and incorporate myself very well into motherhood. Guys, trust me, if you have a woman that has just put to bed, if you have someone that has just put to bed, the best thing is for you to be around that person, try and assist as much. And I really thank God for the Nigerian setting, because you see people coming around, rallying around you when you put to bed, offering to assist you. I can remember my aunties were coming to stay with me, my cousins were coming around, they were helping my sister, my mom, my dad, everybody, my husband was, like I mentioned earlier, I said I was at my parents' place, and so my husband would come nearly like every day to come and spend time with us, to ask if I need anything. It was just like there throughout the period. It made everything easy, and it got me thinking of people that you know are deprived of that opportunity. Or, yes, I call it deprived of that opportunity. Every woman deserves every support that she can get when she puts to bed, because it's a tough phase. I even heard that people go through depression that period. Yes, if they're not reading, at a point I even felt like running away, because I didn't even understand if that was me anymore. I was just existing. I didn't understand what was going on. I didn't understand anything. I was going crazy. Okay, but I thank God. I prayed about it. I read about it. I got the support I needed for it, and I basically pulled through it safe and sound. Okay, so guys, thank you. If you watched the video to this point, I'm sure you've heard and you've learned one or two things, and you stick to my channel, do the good stuff, like, share, comment, and so when next I come your way again, I remain Joy Falomon. Thank you for staying with me, and